Have you ever wondered why some people seem to rise above challenges while others struggle to move forward, even when they have the same resources and opportunities? What if I told you that the difference is not just about intelligence, talent, or luck, but about the way they think? Welcome to BetterSelf. Here, our mission is simple. We help you improve your English while sharing powerful strategies for personal growth so you can become the best version of yourself, one step at a time. Today, we are going to explore something that can change your life more than any secret formula or shortcut. Mindset shifts for success. Imagine if you could reprogram your mind to see challenges as opportunities, failure as feedback, and growth as a lifelong journey. This is not just about thinking positively. It's about transforming the way you approach every part of your life so you can reach your goals and enjoy the journey. And along the way, you'll be practicing your English listening skills, learning new words, and building your confidence. So, let's begin this journey together. As you listen, pay attention to the ideas that speak to you the most. Notice the way the language flows, and try to picture yourself making these changes in your own life. Let's begin with the first essential shift. Chapter 1. From Fixed to Growth, the Foundation of Change. Many people believe their abilities are set in stone. They think you are either born smart, talented, or creative. You are not. This is called a fixed mindset, and it can hold you back in ways you cannot even imagine. Imagine a child who feels they will never be good at math, so they stop trying. Or an adult who thinks they are too old to learn a new language, so they never start. A fixed mindset is like living in a small room with locked doors. You see the same four walls every day, and you start to believe that this tiny space is all there is. But what if you could open a door and see a whole new world outside? This is what happens when you adopt a growth mindset. This idea comes from the psychologist Carol Dweck, who spent decades studying how people learn and grow. She discovered that people with a growth mindset believe their abilities can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. For them, challenges are not threats. They are opportunities to stretch, improve, and discover something new. Think about Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Each mistake was not a reason to stop. It was a step forward. Edison's story shows us that success is not about being perfect from the start. It's about learning from every experience and refusing to give up. Now, imagine yourself in a situation where you feel stuck. Maybe you've tried to learn English before, but you made mistakes and felt embarrassed. With a fixed mindset, you might tell yourself, "I'm just not good at languages." But with a growth mindset, you say, "I can learn from my mistakes, and every practice session makes me better." This simple shift in thinking changes everything. It makes you braver, more curious, and more willing to try new things. Whenever you catch yourself thinking you cannot do something, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Or how can I get better if I keep going? This small habit will open up new doors in your mind, turning every challenge into a chance to grow. The growth mindset is the foundation for all other changes, and it can transform not just your learning, but your entire life. Chapter 2. From Scarcity to Abundance. Seeing more possibilities. Have you ever felt like there is not enough time, enough money, enough talent, or enough opportunities? This way of thinking is called a scarcity mindset, and it often makes us feel anxious, competitive, and afraid to share or take risks. When you believe there's only so much to go around, you start to see others as threats instead of partners or friends. For example, imagine two people applying for the same job. One person thinks, "If they win, I lose. There's only one spot." The other person, with an abundance mindset, thinks, "Even if I don't get this job, there are other opportunities. And if I help others, I will learn and grow along the way." The difference between these two perspectives changes not just how they feel, but how they act. An abundance mindset is about seeing the world as full of possibilities. It's like looking out at a garden and noticing that there are many flowers, not just one. When you focus on what you have, instead of what you lack, your mind becomes more creative and generous. You start to see opportunities where others see obstacles. Let's look at Oprah Winfrey's story. She grew up in poverty, facing many challenges, but she never let those hardships define her. Instead of focusing on what she did not have, Oprah looked for opportunities to learn, to grow, and to help others. This abundance mindset helped her become one of the most successful and influential women in the world. If you want to shift to an abundance mindset, start by noticing the good things you already have: your skills, your experiences, your relationships. When you see someone else succeed, celebrate with them. Remember, their success does not take away from yours. In fact, when you help others, you often find new doors opening for yourself too. Try this today. At the end of your day, think of 3 things you feel grateful for. This simple practice can train your mind to see abundance, not scarcity, and it will help you approach life with more hope, energy, and generosity. Chapter 3. From fear of failure to embracing mistakes, the courage to learn. Most people are afraid of failing. Maybe you remember a time at school when you made a mistake and your classmates laughed. Or perhaps you tried something new at work and it did not go as planned. Failure can hurt, but the fear of failure is even more dangerous. It can keep you from trying at all. Let's imagine 2 students learning English. The first one is so afraid of making mistakes that they stay silent in class. The second student, however, is willing to try, even if they know they will make errors. Who do you think learns faster? The answer is always the brave one, because every mistake is a lesson, not a defeat. J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter, was rejected by 12 publishers before her first book was accepted. Imagine if she had stopped after the first novelty. The world would have missed out on a magical story. Rowling once said, "Failure meant a stripping away of the inessential. It taught her what really mattered and made her stronger." So, how can you start to embrace mistakes instead of avoiding them? Begin by reminding yourself that everyone makes errors, especially when learning something new. Children fall many times before they learn to walk, but they never give up. In fact, every fall is part of the process. Try this. The next time you make a mistake, pause and ask, "What did I learn from this?" Write it down if you can. Over time, you'll build a collection of valuable lessons that come only through experience. Remember, the only real failure is never trying at all. When you welcome mistakes as teachers, you become more confident and unstoppable. Chapter 4. From victim to creator, taking responsibility for your life. Sometimes, it's easy to feel like life is happening to us, not for us. Maybe you have thought, "Why does this always happen to me?" Or "It's not my fault things went wrong." This way of thinking is called a victim mindset, and it makes us feel powerless, as if we have no control over our circumstances. But what if you could rewrite your story? Imagine life as a movie, and you are the main character, not just watching things happen, but making choices that shape the ending. This is what it means to have a creator mindset. Instead of blaming others or fate, you take responsibility for your actions and your future. Let's look at the story of Nelson Mandela. He spent 27 years in prison, but instead of becoming bitter, he decided to focus on hope and reconciliation. Mandela said, "I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul." He could not control everything that happened to him, but he could choose how to respond. This decision made him a leader who changed an entire nation. When you take responsibility, you start to see new possibilities. Instead of saying, "I can't learn English because I'm too busy," you might say, "How can I make time for a little practice every day?" Instead of thinking, "I'm unlucky," you ask, "What can I do differently next time?" This small shift puts you back in the driver's seat. Today, notice the times you feel like a victim. Then, ask yourself, what is one small action I can take to improve this situation? Even a tiny step can make you feel more powerful and in control. Over time, these small actions add up, and you become the creator of your own success story. Chapter 5. From all or nothing to progress over perfection. Celebrating small wins. Have you ever set a big goal, like getting fit, learning a new language, or saving money, and then given up because you made one mistake? This is called all or nothing thinking. It's the belief that if you are not perfect, you have failed. But real success is never a straight line. It's more like a winding road with ups, downs, and many small steps along the way. Think of learning to ride a bicycle. At first, you wobble and fall, but with each try, you get a little better. No one expects you to win a race on your first day. Yet, when it comes to personal goals, we are often too hard on ourselves. We forget that progress, not perfection, is what really matters. Let's take the story of James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits. He explains that small, consistent actions, just 1% better every day, can lead to huge results over time. Imagine trying to learn 10 new English words each week. After 1 year, you will know more than 500 words. That's a big improvement, even if you forget some along the way. When you focus on progress, you start to notice and celebrate every small win. Did you practice English for 10 minutes today? That's a win. Did you choose a healthy snack instead of junk food? Another win. Each positive action builds momentum and confidence. Next time you feel like giving up because you are not perfect, remind yourself that every journey is made of tiny steps. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Over time, these small victories add up to big changes, and you will find yourself closer to your dreams than you ever imagined. Chapter 6. From comparison to inspiration, your unique path. It's easy to look at other people, friends, co-workers, celebrities, and feel like you are not doing enough. Social media makes it even harder, with endless photos of other people's achievements, vacations, or perfect lives. This habit of comparing yourself to others can make you feel discouraged, jealous, or even stuck. But here's the truth. No one's journey is exactly like yours. Everyone has their own challenges, strengths, and timing. When you compare your beginning to someone else's middle, you forget how far you have come and what makes you unique. Let's look at the story of Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. When he was in high school, he was cut from the varsity team. Instead of comparing himself to other players and feeling defeated, he used their success as inspiration to work harder. Michael said, "I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." He focused on his own path, and eventually his hard work paid off. Instead of comparing yourself to others, try to use their achievements as motivation. Ask yourself, what can I learn from their journey? Or how can I use their story to inspire my own growth? Remember, your path is yours alone, and your timing is perfect for you. The next time you catch yourself comparing, pause and think about one thing you have accomplished in the past month. Celebrate it. Then, look for something you admire in someone else, and let it inspire you to take one small action towards your own goals. Your unique journey is what makes your story worth telling. Chapter 7. From negative self-talk to empowering language, speaking kindness to yourself. What do you say to yourself when you make a mistake, face a challenge, or feel uncertain? Many people are their own harshest critics. They use words like, "I'm not good enough," "I always mess up," or "I'll never get this right." This negative self-talk can become a habit, shaping the way you see yourself and your abilities. Imagine if you had a friend who talked to you the way you sometimes talk to yourself. Would you feel supported, or would you want to run away? Words have power, especially the ones we choose for ourselves. Take the story of Serena Williams, one of the greatest tennis players. She often talks about how she uses positive self-talk, especially during tough matches. She tells herself, "You can do this. You are strong. Stay focused." These simple, encouraging words help her keep calm and perform at her best. Changing your self-talk is like learning a new language. At first, it feels strange, but with practice, it becomes natural. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," try, I'm learning, and I'll get better. Instead of, I always fail, say, I'm making progress every day. Over time, your words will shape your beliefs, and your beliefs will shape your actions. Today, notice the way you speak to yourself. When you hear a negative thought, gently replace it with a kinder, more empowering one. You deserve to be your own biggest supporter. The more you practice, the stronger and more confident you will become. Chapter 8. From worrying about control to focusing on influence. Many people spend a lot of time and energy worrying about things they cannot control: the weather, other people's opinions, the outcome of a test, or changes at work. This habit can leave you feeling stressed, anxious, and powerless. But what if you focused your energy on the things you can influence? This is the difference between control and influence. Control is about trying to change things that are outside your power. Influence is about taking action where you can make a difference. Let's look at the story of Stephen Covey, the author of The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He explains the idea of the circle of influence. Imagine a circle that includes all the things you care about: your health, relationships, work, and goals. Inside that circle is a smaller one, which includes the things you can actually influence. The more you focus on this smaller circle, the more it grows. For example, you cannot control whether it will rain tomorrow, but you can decide to carry an umbrella. You cannot control how others think, but you can choose your own words and actions. When you focus on what you can do, you feel more empowered and less anxious. Try this. The next time you feel worried, ask yourself, is this something I can control or just something I care about? Then, choose one small action within your influence. Over time, this habit helps you let go of stress and focus your energy where it matters most. Chapter 9. From short-term thinking to long-term vision, building for the future. In our busy world, it's tempting to look for quick fixes and instant results. We want to lose weight fast, learn a new skill overnight, or achieve success with little effort. But real lasting success is built over time with patience and persistence. Let's take the story of Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors in history. He started investing when he was just a child, and he became wealthy not by making big, risky bets, but by thinking long-term. Buffett once said, "Someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago." In other words, the best rewards come to those who are willing to wait and work for them. When you focus only on short-term results, you might get frustrated and give up when you don't see immediate progress. But when you have a long-term vision, you become more patient and resilient. You understand that every small step is part of a bigger journey. If you are learning English, for example, it's easy to feel discouraged if you don't become fluent right away. But if you remind yourself that language learning is a marathon, not a sprint, you will keep going, even when it feels slow. Today, think about your biggest goals. Ask yourself, what can I do today that will help me in the long run? Even small actions, repeated over time, can create amazing results. Build your dreams one brick at a time, and trust that your hard work will pay off in the future. Chapter 10. From distraction to focus, winning the battle for your attention. We live in a world full of distractions: phones, social media, emails, and endless notifications. It's easy to feel like your attention is being pulled in 100 different directions. But success often comes down to one simple thing: your ability to focus. Let's look at the story of Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft. Gates is known for his Think Weeks, where he takes time away from all distractions to read, think, and plan for the future. He believes that deep focus is the key to creativity and innovation. Focus is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. When you learn to block out distractions and concentrate on one thing at a time, you achieve more in less time, and your work becomes deeper and more meaningful. Try this. Set a timer for 25 minutes and work on just one task. No checking your phone, no switching between jobs. After the timer ends, take a short break. This simple technique, known as the Pomodoro method, can help you boost your focus and productivity. Remember, Your attention is one of your most valuable resources. Protect it, train it, and use it wisely. When you master your focus, you unlock the door to greater success and satisfaction in everything you do. Chapter 11. From waiting for motivation to building discipline, taking action every day. Many people believe they need to feel motivated before they can take action. They wait for the perfect mood or the right moment to begin working on their goals. But motivation is like the weather. It changes from day to day. Sometimes it's sunny and you feel ready to take on the world. Other times it's cloudy and you would rather stay in bed. Successful people know that discipline is more important than motivation. Discipline is about doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's the habit of showing up every day, no matter what. Let's think about the story of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He wakes up early every morning to train, even on days when he feels tired or unmotivated. He says, "Success isn't always about greatness. It's about consistency. Consistent hard work leads to success. Greatness will come." The Rock does not wait for motivation. He builds routines and sticks to them. You can do the same. Start by choosing one small habit you want to build. Maybe it's studying English for 15 minutes each morning, or going for a walk after dinner. Make it so easy that you cannot fail, and commit to doing it every day, no matter how you feel. When you rely on discipline instead of motivation, you become unstoppable. Over time, these small actions become habits, and your habits become your success. Today, we explored 12 powerful mindset shifts that can change your life. Moving from fixed to growth, scarcity to abundance, fear of failure to embracing mistakes, and many more. Each shift is like a key, unlocking new doors to possibility, confidence, and achievement. Remember, your mindset shapes the way you see the world and your place in it. By choosing to think differently, you can change your actions, your results, and your future. Change does not happen overnight, but with patience, practice, and belief in yourself, you can transform your life one thought at a time. As you continue on your journey, keep practicing your English, keep growing, and keep reaching for your dreams. Every step counts, and every day is a new opportunity to become a better version of yourself. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe to BetterSelf so you never miss an episode. Together, let's build a brighter, more successful future. One mindset shift at a time. Thank you for listening, and remember, you have everything you need to succeed inside you right now. Keep going. You are unstoppable.